Hey y'all, it's Day. So, I'm gonna be doing a reading for us today. Very much looking forward to this reading. I'm gonna go ahead and get started. Angels, guides, ancestors, God source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Please continue to guide and protect us as we walk our path. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. And I was hearing the word ashe, but I heard it 3 times. So I want to know what that's about. It definitely does feel like spiritual team is approving of something because it feels like, yeah, there was like ashe, ashe, ashe. So it kind of feels like you have some higher intelligence approval for something. You've been approved for something, for whoever this message is for. And I'm being drawn to the right of the spread. So on the right of the spread, we have the Five of Cups. So using the location tarot, this is where he's kind of like sulking, sad, maybe experiencing grief or loss. So it was like 3 cups have fallen over, or 2 cups have fallen over. I think it's like 2 cups remaining, 3 cups falling over, 2 remaining. It might be the opposite. So there's like something didn't pan out, or something didn't get to fully develop, or someone has been called. I'm hearing someone has been called or prompted to move from one thing that they were investing their time, energy, and effort into, and they're needing to focus on something else. And this thing that they've been working on, they're just kind of like, they don't want to let it go. And it kind of feels more so like it's temporary. It's just kind of like maybe you've been working on a personal project, but there's other things that need to be focused on. So it kind of halts that. But, and I'm hearing the word positioning. So spiritual team is positioning whoever this message is for something else. And so the time, energy, and effort that you put into it is not in vain. Then we have the Five of Cups on the right, on the left of this. So again, speaking to what I was hearing, positioning. So it may feel like, oh, I've been trying to work on this, but spiritual team, of course, they have the higher plan. They know what direction that we're supposed to be going in. They know what they're trying to prepare us for. So if you feel like you're in a position where you're experiencing some kind of delay, where something has to be put on pause, just know that that is a part of the plan. And I'm hearing the word current. So you are on a current. So you may feel like you're being swept away in a different direction, but that is a part of the divine plan. And that is going to require, I'm hearing the word cost, that's going to require for whoever this message is to kind of be sovereign, to be well tempered and well mannered. Very interesting. Towards the middle of the spread, we have the Eight of Swords. I don't be yawning till I be doing these readings, you guys. This is a little distracting for me. So we have the Eight of Swords here. That's where someone can be feeling trapped or unknowingly self-abandoning themselves to some degree. The feeling that I'm getting with this Eight of Swords is you could be inclined to get into this depressive state because you may be feeling like, because you're being moved or removed from something that you actually want to do to doing something else. So I'm also getting a imagery of a child. Say the child is at daycare and they're playing, and their parent comes, they're like, okay, it's time to go. But they really wanted to stay a little bit longer because they're about to play this other game or something like that. But it's like, it's time to go. So the spiritual team, the divine God is like, okay, like you've had this, let's say you've been working on this project for the last 3 months or last 5 months. They're like, okay, time is up, playtime is over. And it's not so much that it's just playtime, because there's this reference that it's constructive, it's something that you want to do, it's something that you're building, it's something that's going to be beneficial for you or for others, or it's something, something, something. So when I say playtime, it's not to diminish the significance of it in any way. But again, because our spiritual team has a higher perspective of what's going on, I see 555 on the clock. Because they do have that higher perspective, they know when it's time to move on to something else, and you'll probably be brought back to it later. Okay, then on the left of that, we have the Knight of Cups. Very interesting. That's interesting. So with this Knight of Cups, for some reason, I'm being like brought to a more of a perspective romantic situation. And it's giving the scenario that it's giving me, like, say, an older woman. She's, well, it's not older as in senior, but like older as in there is an age gap. So what's coming up is there is a situation where, say, a woman, she's 38, she's a grown woman, she has been through things, but she looks really good for her age. She's in a great place in her life. She has wisdom, she's seen things, she's heard things, she's experienced things. And there is this, there is this guy that is so attracted to her, so enamored by her, and he comes at her correctly, but she could tell that he's kind of young. There's like age gap. It's like she's 38, he's a good 25. He's cute. She's kind of like, you cute, you charming. Like she's like entertaining him in a way, like, but where your daddy at? Like that type of with that type of energy. But there is this energy of like, that's fun, that's cute, like that's cool. Next lifetime though. That's the energy. So, but he's putting his best foot forward and he's not doing too bad as far as like from her perspective, his approach, what he's trying to do, trying to take her out, but she's maybe not in that state where she's like, no, I can't be doing. I can't do no 25-year-old. You cute though. You cute. You real cute though. I'm gonna need you to sit on the shelf a little bit longer. That's kind of the vibe. So that was an interesting like side. It's not even a side message. I'm sure it'll tie in together. But the energy is like they have a lot of ambition. They they're willing right now to do what it takes, but they're not fully mature yet though. And it's not necessarily, it's like it's something that transcends the age. So like there's a lot of people, mostly men, that are looking for women that are barely legal, right? And it's just kind of like, yeah, you can't go to jail, but it's kind of like, why though? Why you want to talk to an 18-year-old? There's like a 35-year gap. Like, why though? Because I know that even though they're of age, something is gonna be off. Something like, what do y'all have to talk about? It's that kind of energy. Um, and I'm getting a perspective from both sides. So not even just, it's just like, I see where you're going. and the future looks bright for you. You're going to do great things one day. But that's one day. It's like there is a maturity. Like, I understand that you're mature. You very may well be, but it's just like next lifetime type of thing. It's just like it wouldn't work. It couldn't work. Mm. And so I'm also getting this energy of it's I'm also getting an example of someone applying for a job, a role, something like that. And while they do have really good aspirations, and while they do have that willingness and that can do spirit, it's like something is kind of off. And from the person, the applicant, from their perspective, it's like, dang, like nobody won't give me a chance. And they could get into that whole bit energy, but it's not just that. It's not just that. It's like it's something else that transcends the situation. Like again, with the example, like, I mean, she 21. She a grown woman. But is she though? But is she though? Because why that whole thing? So it's kind of like it's like, yeah, they're legal, but their mind needs to be in a different place right now than where you got your mind. Something is not aligned. So that's the energy here. And let me change my leg position. The person who I'm just getting the Knight of Cups kind of feel some type of way. They feel like they're not given a chance. They're not something, and it's kind of like they think that they're ready for something they're not necessarily ready for just yet. Okay. So directly underneath this Eight of Swords that came out, yeah, and this person's feeling like they're being held back. I was hearing the word shunned, like nobody really truly sees them, and it's not that. They are seen, they are admired, and it's gonna be like you're gonna blow up one day. You're gonna do great things one day. You're on the right track right now. I hope that you keep it up. I hope that you maintain it. Much love to you. That type of energy. I wish you the best of luck. And I'm getting like, nobody likes to hear that. Yeah. Okay, so on top of this Eight of Swords, we have the Devil card, which is coming out in reverse. So someone is kind of being protected from something. It's kind of like they think they want something, they think they know, where this could go. Being brought back to the example of the older woman and the 38-year-old woman. She's been through things, seen things, experienced things, and she looks good. And the 25-year-old that's trying to hit on her, and he think he in love. It's like that. It's just like there's so many other things that come with what you think you want that you're just not realizing. It's like I know that you're very ambitious. I know that you think that you can, he's like, I know what a woman wants. I know what a woman needs. And it's just like, yeah, but there's also this sustainability. It needs to be sustained. There's just certain experiences like you can't really just teach those things. You just have to experience them. And so yeah. And then and on her end, like there's things, that you might have to deal with that you're just not prepared for when it comes to me. And there's things that I probably don't want to deal with when it comes to you. Yeah. Because there's like different frequencies. Like you probably wouldn't even hear me if I talked to you about this. But the devil card coming out in reverse is signaling to me that like this was never aligned, and someone can get into this mindset of where they're mad, upset, disappointed, discouraged, whether it's the application type of situation or the love interest or you want to be a part of an organization, whatever that situation looks like for whoever this message is for. You think you want something that you have really no idea, and the rejection or the turn down, like, try not to take it personally, and don't think that the world is against you, and also know that it is. And I'm hearing savior, savior. Um, yeah, and I'm also hearing this is not what you want. This is not what you want. And it's not necessarily because it's bad or anything. It's just like, it's just simply not aligned. It's just simply not. Simply not. And I'm also getting I'm hearing fantasy and illusion. It's like when people have a certain idea of who you are, or you have a certain idea of what a relationship could look like or could be. You have a certain idea of what it's like to travel abroad or live somewhere else. Ooh, that's deep too. Someone may, be wanting to, they think they want to live somewhere or move somewhere. And if spiritual team is saying, like, if you're experiencing, I don't want to just say obstacles, because I don't think that's just it, because we all experience obstacles, blockages, but it's something about, like, you will know if you're declined for something. Don't feel like conflicted within yourself, or that you have to force something to happen, or allow yourself get into a negative mindset where you're starting to think negative, like, this never happens to me, or this always happens to me, or nobody sees me, type of energy, because you're being protected from something that you think you didn't want. So what's that country song, like, some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. Some of God's greatest gifts our unanswered prayers. It's giving me that type of energy. Okay. So, directly underneath this Knight of Cups with so much ambition and really large visionary spirit, we have the, I think this is the, let me see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, this is the Ten of Swords. We have the Ten of Swords coming out in the resistant position, and it's feeling like your vision, what you've seen for yourself, what you're aspiring for. Such a beautiful scenery. The sun is actually coming up, so it's a new dawn, it's a new day, but knowing that this is the Ten of Swords, see what is actually has happened though. So spiritual team is trying to save you from something. He is deceased. Like, you know what I'm saying? He's in another place. He's in a better place, as the sun is coming up. This might have happened, I don't know if this happened a week ago. I don't know if this, well, maybe not a week ago. This happened last night, and then the sun is still coming up, and there's something that can be avoided, some kind of pain, some kind of form of transformation. So it's like, um, there are certain experiences in life that you can't avoid, and there are some experiences in life that you can avoid. You will make it through, but you will have to go through it. And spiritual team is saying, like, they don't want you to have to go through it to find out, to know. Okay. Then directly under that, we have the Temperance card, and that's coming out in the resistance position. So again, there is this kind of feeling of there's a reference to, like, remain tempered, maintain your temperament, maintain your energy body, how you're feeling in your body, how your body is responding to something, to alchemize negative energy, negative experiences, negative thoughts that you may be getting. And it's coming out in the resistant position, meaning it may be challenging for whoever this message is for to do that, to not switch back into thinking that the world is against you. And I'm hearing it's a setup, as in the spiritual team is setting you up for better. And then directly after that, we have the Ace of Cups. If only you will realize that you're being if only you will realize that you're being redirected, then you'll be able to catch the blessing, catch the understanding. So, but this Ace of Cups is coming out in the choice point position, which means that it is required to fully see and get the benefits and understanding of what's really going on, that you remain tempered, that you keep your mind and your body in check regardless of the circumstance, so that you can see the blessing and not miss it, and not be stuck in this Eight of Swords situation, the whole woe is me, because it's a choice. Spiritual team is saying it's a choice to be upset about something. It's a choice to be discouraged about something. It's a choice to decide that you're being rejected at all, or you're being rejected for no good reason. It's a choice to accept that as your reality. Directly underneath that, ooh, yes, we have the Fool card, and it's coming out in the resistant position as well. So with rejection, with with rejection, it's like spiritual team is like saying that sometimes people don't realize that that means they're free to do other things. It's like, yeah, I understand that you put time, energy, and effort into this and to that, but now you don't have to worry about that anymore because it's time to focus on something else. You might be able to come back to it later. You might feel like you're not going to be able to come back to it later. Spiritual team is saying that you probably will be able to come back to it later, but it's kind of dependent on you. So there is a group of people that'll be like, fuck it, I can't do this anymore because now I'm being redirected to do something else. So they might kind of, whatever their project, whatever they've been putting their time, energy, and effort into, they might put it away or store it away in a way that kind of makes it hard to return back to. And I'm not sure if I have any examples, but it's kind of like, say you've been working on your art projects or your sculpting projects for the last 4 months, and now something has happened in your life where uh, you need to be focused on something else, and it's kind of hurtful. It's like you really was trying to launch your project, you was really trying to do X, Y, and Z. Now you have to focus on this other thing. And spiritual team is kind of asking us for a little bit more patience, understanding, and faith in the vision. But someone can put, kind of throw all their art pieces, they don't necessarily throw it away, but the way that they store it is like they don't store it with care because they've gotten into this mindset of like, I can't never do this, I can't never do that. So then, like, say 6 months from now, when you finish handling whatever you needed to handle, and then now you're in a better place, and now the opportunity has presented for you to pick it back up again, and then you pull it out, you might have a couple of pieces that are okay that you stored. Let's say you just stored it in your closet or whatever. There's a couple of pieces that are still okay, but because of the energy that you were in, maybe you didn't take enough time to like store it carefully, or you didn't, something about it. It's like you didn't, because you just said all this was a waste. And spiritual team was saying like it's not necessarily a waste, but they're also not telling me if indeed you will be able to come back to it or not. So I guess there might be some people that really don't get to go back to whatever that was, but it'll only be because it's something better that they need to focus on or something like that. But it's kind of like to it's not your say to just like come to that determination, have more faith, exercise more faith. That's a very interesting take. Yeah. Hmm. Very interesting. But quote, an affirmation that I've been utilizing recently is this or something better. So when you have that mentality, when you have that understanding, when you have that ability to maintain your faith, your visionary spirit, is just like this or something better. It's always this or something better. If I'm being misdirected, I mean, I keep wanting to say misdirected, um, redirected, then it must be something better. But be careful how you store it, how you set it away, the energy in which you set things to the side. So it's kind of like, yeah, going back to the example of a child, they're at an activity center or a daycare or something like that, and they really wanted to, finish or start doing the little art project that they were activity that they were just about to move on to, and then their parent or guardian comes up and like, hey, it's time to go, and they just they throw a tantrum, they break the mug that they were supposed to do art on or that they started on. They're just kind of like, destroy everything because I never get to do this. That's kind of like how the divine is using this example. And so it's kind of like, yeah, I get it. It's Friday afternoon and you want to paint with your friends. Miss Snow said that you can do this later. She said she would save it for you, but you're throwing a tantrum and you're not accepting that. So now we just have to go still, and you've uh forfeit your opportunity to do it at a later time because you want to do it now. You want to continue doing it now. Nana is waiting for us. So it's kind of like it makes it harder to return to it based off of our perception and how we're responding to it. That's kind of like a lot. Very interesting. Very interesting. Okay. So we have the Five of Swords coming out in reverse. And this is coming out directly underneath this King of Cups that came out earlier, where we were talking about spiritual team was saying like they're positioning you for something else, for something greater in a timeline that you're not even thinking about right now. You're not thinking about the future. You're not thinking this far in advance because you're not aware of it and you're not even responsible to be aware of it. But what we are responsible for is how we respond to situations, our maturity levels, and um, you know how we're choosing to carry ourselves right now. So the Five of Swords is coming out in reverse. So it's like not being conflict, conflicting, not throwing a tantrum, no tantrums, no fighting, no biting. Like that's how that they're going. Once they say this, okay? No fighting. Um, if you be good, you'll get something later. And I'm also getting this example energy now that like the parent that's picking up their child from daycare, they will even try to kind of appease them. Like, I do understand that you wanted to do this art project. This is an unexpected, I wasn't planning on picking you up today this early. I do understand that that's what you want to do, but also, like, I'm also getting like soft parenting. But the adult, which is why a lot of adults are not able to kind of tolerate the big emotions that children have, because it's kind of like, I know that you are, wanting to do your art project, but like, we got bills. Okay, like, I can't really sympathize with you right now. So like, some parents may not even go that extent, or not be able to, hold the capacity to kind of be calm with the child or whatever. But in this example, I'm seeing a parent being like, okay, I understand that you're upset even after they threw their tantrum or whatever. We gotta go to Nana's. I have to do this. It's gonna require some patience from you. If you're good, maybe we can go to McDonald's afterwards. So spiritual team is kind of like, if you are good, maybe we can, you know, give you some kind of substitute to help you feel better, okay? They're trying to give insensitive to, like, that's too much. I don't even like this. I don't even like this, because I'm like, what's about to happen? Okay, on top of this, five of swords in reverse, where someone's like really wanting to act out, really wanting to throw a tantrum right now. Their plans, they feel like it's going to shit. They feel like, why would you let me do this? Talking to the divine, like, why would you let me spend 4 months, 5 months working on this? You know that I've been trying to do that, and now all of a sudden this is coming up. On top of that, the four of swords is coming out in reverse. And first of all, I hear you probably heard it before, where that song was like, wait, I'm trying to see something. I'm trying to see something. Wait, I'm trying to see something. So that's coming up. And then also, I was getting the black mom stance on like Christmas morning, where she's in the robe and the bonnet, and she like, when your mom done got you all the stuff that she said that she was not gonna get you for Christmas, and so she just kind of like posted up to see your reaction as you're opening the gifts. Spiritual team is like, they doing all of this tantrum. They doing all this. They don't even know. They don't even know. Got a whole Xbox for you. Like, quit playing. They just like looking at you with so much patience. You done? Are you done? So, ooh, I'm also getting in this example with the daycare, where they're like, if you're good, you might get to go to McDonald's later. Whole time they have like this whole other thing that's kind of like unrelated to the situation and why they had to pick up the child from school later. But the adult also got intel that something else that they've been working on, because the adult has a higher perspective. They have other things going on that the child is unaware of. But there's also something that the guardian has been working on to make things happen for them and for their child as well. So I'm saying they just got word that they got approved to go, take off to go to Disney World. But they have been planning that for their child this whole time. It's unrelated to anything that they got going on, but like, it's like, you don't even know, this summer we're going to Disney World, and you acting like this. So now that they got that on lockdown, because they had to do all this adulting, they had to do all this stuff. Like, I just secured tickets. Like, don't be acting like that, because this summer you're gonna be so happy. So the divine spiritual team is like, they know what they have in store for you. You throwing a tantrum about that, and it's not even time for the adult. It's not even time for the divine to reveal it, to show it to you, or anything like that. But just know they have oversight, so they're just kind of like, you wouldn't even care about this thing that you're throwing a tantrum about if you just knew what was in store. Hmm. Very interesting. Yeah, so patience is required. Self-discipline is required. Okay, so we have directly underneath the Five of Cups that came out earlier where we're talking about there's the Five of Cups, 2 cups is spilt over, there's 3 cups remaining, but they're still experiencing some form of grief. Underneath that, we have the Ace of Wands directly underneath that. Yeah, so it's just kind of like you're sad about this, but not knowing that all this is happening. And if you knew what you didn't know now, you would just be so excited. So since spiritual team is coming through to give us this heads up, we can go ahead and skip to the good part and be excited now. I'm so excited for what's in store for me. I'm so excited and grateful for all the great things that is currently unfolding for me. I'm so happy that I was able to maintain my optimism. I am so grateful for all the blessings and the understanding and the patience that those around me have with me. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune. And we have the Wheel of Fortune coming out in reverse. Ooh, this Wheel of Fortune kind of hurts because we don't want to derail anything. We don't want to derail any divine plan from ourselves. We don't want to trick ourselves out of a position, not being patient, not being grateful. So it's like there's a windfall of opportunity coming towards us. We're already in it, we're already experiencing it, but we can kind of, I'm hearing, rock the boat. There's so much great things that are ahead of us, available to us, but we need to maintain, we need to be, it's kind of like this energy of like you get into it with someone or something uh it's kind of like uh being declined from a company in person or something, and then you just kind of like act a fool afterwards, but then there's an opportunity that might come up, 2 months from now that they would have considered you for, but now they're not because you didn't showed your ass. It's kind of like that type of energy. Mm. And the under the deck undercurrent energy is the Hangman. These cards are so awesome. Can you see the Hangman? Yeah. This Location Tarot, second edition. So patience. You might feel like you're stuck in limbo. You might feel like this is not what I had planned to be doing. That's the energy, you guys. Thank you, angels, guides, ancestors, God, source, and benevolent energies that stand in truth and love. Thank you for the love. Thank you for the guidance. Thank you for the protection. Thank you, thank you, thank you.